Life can feel like a stormy sea. Waves of worry crash around us, winds of doubt blow us off course. We struggle to stay afloat, we strive for control, we try to steer our own ship, but our efforts leave us exhausted and afraid. I remember a time when I felt lost at sea. I was trying to make everything happen on my own. I was working hard, but I wasn't getting anywhere. I felt frustrated and alone. I had forgotten something important. I had forgotten to trust God. We are not meant to navigate life's storms on our own. We have a captain who longs to guide us. He is our loving God. He sees our struggles. He hears our cries for help. He reaches out to us with love and compassion. God whispers, "Let go. Let me take the helm. Trust me to guide you through the storm." Surrender. It's a word that can feel scary. We think of giving up, of weakness, of losing control. But true surrender is none of these things. Surrendering to God is an act of courage. It is a step of faith. It is choosing to trust in something bigger than ourselves. When we surrender to God, we are not giving up. We are letting go of our own limited understanding. We are embracing the infinite wisdom of our Creator. We are saying, "God, I trust you. I know you have a plan for me, even when I can't see it." Surrender is not about becoming passive. It is about becoming aligned with God's will. It is about letting His love flow through us. It is about allowing Him to work in and through our lives. In the midst of life's storms, surrender is our anchor. It keeps us grounded. It gives us peace. It reminds us that we are not alone. Surrender requires trust. It asks us to step into the unknown with open hearts. It invites us to let go of our fears and embrace the possibilities that God has in store for us. Sometimes God calls us to do things that scare us. He asks us to step out of our comfort zones. He invites us to follow Him on adventures we never could have imagined. This can be challenging. It requires faith. When we say yes to God, even when we are afraid, we open ourselves up to incredible blessings. We discover strengths we never knew we had. We experience the joy of walking in His purpose. We become living testimonies to His power. Surrender is not about knowing all the answers. It is about trusting the one who does. It is about saying yes to God's plan, even when we don't fully understand it. Throughout history, countless souls have experienced the transformative power of surrender. From Moses parting the Red Sea to David defeating Goliath, the Bible is filled with stories of ordinary people who achieved extraordinary things through their faith in God. We see it in the life of Mother Teresa, who dedicated her life to serving the poorest of the poor. We see it in the story of Nelson Mandela, who forgave his captors and led his nation to reconciliation. We see it in the countless everyday heroes who choose love over fear, forgiveness over bitterness, and hope over despair. These individuals teach us that true strength lies not in our own abilities, but in our willingness to surrender to something greater than ourselves. They remind us that when we let go of our own plans and desires, we make room for God's perfect will to unfold in our lives. Section 5. The fruits of surrender. Experiencing the abundance of God's grace. When we surrender to God, we open ourselves up to a life of abundance. This abundance may not always come in the form of material wealth or worldly success. It comes in the form of peace that surpasses all understanding. It comes in the form of joy that is not dependent on our circumstances. God's grace is sufficient for us. When we surrender to Him, we allow His grace to flow into every area of our lives. We find strength in our weaknesses. We discover hope in the midst of despair. We experience the transformative power of His love. Surrender is not a one-time event. It is a daily choice. It is a conscious decision to let go of our own desires and embrace God's plan for our lives. It is a journey of faith, filled with challenges and triumphs. Section 6. Letting go of the reins. Trusting in God's perfect plan. We often hold on tightly to the reins of our lives. We want to be in control. We fear what might happen if we let go. But God is a loving Father. He wants what is best for us. He has a plan for our lives, a plan far greater than anything we could ever imagine. When we try to control everything, we limit God's ability to work in our lives. We miss out on the blessings He has in store for us. We stay stuck in our own limited perspectives. Letting go of the reins can be scary, but it is in the letting go that we find true freedom. It is in the surrendering that we discover the fullness of God's love. Section 7. Finding freedom in surrender. Releasing the weight of worry and control. The weight of worry and control can be heavy. It can weigh us down and steal our joy. When we surrender to God, we release this burden. We give Him our worries and fears. We trust Him to carry them for us. Surrender is not about becoming passive or giving up. It is about recognizing that we are not in control. It is about acknowledging that God is bigger than our problems. It is about trusting that He is working all things together for our good. When we surrender to God, we find freedom. We are free from the tyranny of our own thoughts. We are free from the need to control everything. We are free to live in the present moment, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. Section 8. Embracing the journey, walking hand in hand with God. Life is a journey. It is a journey filled with twists and turns, ups and downs. There will be times when the path ahead seems clear. There will be times when we feel lost and uncertain. Through it all, God is with us. He walks beside us every step of the way. He is our guide, our comforter, our strength. When we stumble, He picks us up. When we are afraid, He calms our hearts. Surrender is about embracing the journey, knowing that we are not alone. It is about trusting that God is leading us to a place of peace, joy, and purpose. Section 9. A life transformed. The power of surrendering to God's love. Surrendering to God is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate act of courage. It is the key to unlocking a life of peace, joy, and purpose. When we surrender to God, we open ourselves up to the transformative power of His love. We are no longer defined by our past mistakes or our present circumstances. We are new creations in Christ. We are children of God, loved beyond measure. We are free to live a life of purpose, knowing that we are held in the palm of His hand. Surrender to God, let go of your fears, embrace the unknown, and experience the incredible love that awaits you.